From Today FM Ireland, this is the Ian Dempsey Breakfast Show podcast.
Okay, now we've got Ben here. Ben, how you doing?
Good morning.
And Ronan, of course, is still there as well. Now you're only doing one joke because we've got some special stipulations on some of the jokes.
Well, in fairness, we've got two special guests in studio as well.
Okay.
We'll let them off because they're reading two jokes as well, which they have to do as well.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. So Ben,
Yes.
go for it.
Are you listening, veterinarians? A woman brings a limp duck into a veterinary surgery. She lays the duck on the table, vet pulls out stethoscope and listens to duck's chest for signs of life. After a few moments, vet shakes his head and turns to the woman and says, "I'm sorry, but the duck has passed away." The owner wails, "Are you sure?" "Yes, of course I'm sure. The duck is dead," he replies. "How can you be so sure?" she protests. "I mean, you haven't done any testing. He might be in a coma or something." The vet rolls his eyes and leaves the room. He returns with a black Labrador. As the duck's owner looks in amazement, the dog stands on his hind legs, puts his front paws on the examination table and sniffs the duck from top to bottom. He then looks at the vet with sad eyes, shakes his head. The vet pats the dog on the head and takes him out, and returns a few moments later with a cat. The cat jumps up on the table and sniffs the duck from beak to tail, back end and back again. Cat sits and shakes his head and meows softly, jumps down from the examination table and strolls out of the room. The vet looks at the woman and says, "I'm sorry, madam, but as I said, this is most 100%, certifiably, a dead duck." The vet turns to his computer, hits a few keys, a bill is printed off, which he hands to the woman. The duck's owner, the woman, still in shock, takes the bill. €450, she cries. €450 just to tell me my duck is dead. The vet shrugs. "Well, if you had accepted my word for it, the bill would have been €30. But with the lab report and the CAT scan, it all adds up." In fairness, that's brilliant.
Ah, very good, very good. Thank you, Ben. Ronan.
Thank you.
Beat that, eh, Ro?
Two oranges walk into a bar.
Yeah.
"You're round," says the orange. "No, you're round."
Are those ones sent in specially for you because they fit you perfectly?
He's giving me the stare. He's giving me the stare.
Oh! This one has to be read in a Cork accent, and we're delighted to be joined in studio by Roy.
How's it going, Ian?
How you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Cheers,
Just on everything, on the weekend and everything, you know. Just
for everything.
Just for getting through it, you know.
Getting through the weekend. I didn't stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning watching the golf.
And hard luck to the Cork hurlers.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. Cheer us all up there. That has to be done in a Cork accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm doing this. Anyway, Anthony from Cork City wanted to look cool. His friend told him that he needed a good pair of designer tackies to go with his tracksuit.
Tackies?
Yeah, the trainers, like.
All right.
Anthony saved up all his cash and any bit of grade he found lying around on the ground or whatever. Finally managed to get himself a brilliant pair of white tackies to go with his tracksuit, like.
Yeah.
Proudly he strutted down the street, calling out to all the passers-by, "Do you like me no tackies, boy? Do you like me no tackies?" One fine upstanding gentleman pointed out that they were indeed a fine pair of tackies. But was young Anthony aware that he had lace undone? Anthony scornfully retorted that it was part of being cool to have the trailing lace, and that on the bottom of the trainer that there were instructions for the wearer to have only one lace tied. When asked for proof for the instruction, Anthony took off his tackies and held it upside down for the disbeliever to read. "See you, Langer? Look, it says Taiwan."
I didn't see that coming. Very good.
Good luck.
And one final joke coming in from...
How's it going, boy?
Mossy.
Go on the dish, 5:15 to 3:18.
Okay. Have you got a joke for us?
Fair, listen in.
What?
A woman here
Yeah.
walks in to Kearneys Butchers in Waterford.
Right.
Did you ever hear of Kearneys Butchers?
Yeah, of course.
A woman walks into Kearneys Butchers in Waterford, carrying a vase. "A pound of fillet," she says. Kearney the butcher puts a coin on the counter and says, "A pound you want, girl." Go on, Waterford.
From Today FM Ireland, this is the Ian Dempsey Breakfast Show podcast.